Hello everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome. Avro, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Feel free to tell me about it. And hi Pancake, it's good to see you here as well. And Remy! Hi Remy! Let me shout you out, Remy. Remy! Guys, please go follow and check out my good friend Remy the Druid. She is so lovely and so amazing and does amazing things, and Remy has a beautiful voice and can do so many cool things. And Remy currently is doing a donathon, so it'd mean a lot if you can give Remy a follow and please send her all the support she really needs right now. So yeah, it's good to see you, Remy. Yeah. How are you guys? Feel free to tell me about your day or the weekend. But yeah, if anyone new is here, hi, hello, I'm Moon, the fairy raccoon. If you would like a free reading today, all you need to do is join the freebie queue for a chance. Free readings are chosen randomly from the queue, so it's possible I might not get to you. I do my best to get through as many people as I can, though. However, if you would like to guarantee yourself a reading during stream today, you are welcome to donate to my Ko-fi using the donate button there. That's how you guarantee yourself a reading, and you get more cards, so it's a more detailed reading. But that's always optional. I never expect you guys to donate or anything, you know? I always try to do a lot of freebies for people. And today, guys, we are gonna only stream on Twitch for like 1 to 2-ish hours maybe. And then we are gonna switch over to a YouTube stream. And it'll still be tarot. I have just been really loving the vertical YouTube streams I've been doing. They're just so cozy. I don't know. It's definitely like a different vibe from Twitch, but in a good way. And also I feel like it's a lot easier for you guys to get readings from me from the vertical streams. There's pros and cons to the way I do it on Twitch versus the vertical YouTube streams. But yeah, it's a lot simpler on the vertical YouTube streams if you guys haven't shown up to those yet. You literally just ask your questions in chat, and then I just pick people as I see them. And you can also donate for a reading there as well. It's pretty similar. I guess the main difference is there isn't a queue. You guys just ask the questions in the chat there. But yeah, the queue is more helpful for Twitch and stuff. So yeah, so we'll be streaming here for about like an hour or so. And then we'll be doing some more tarot on my YouTube or YouTube stream. But yeah, feel free to join the freebie queue if you want a reading. Exclamation point join. And yeah, thank you for the hydrate, Icy. Thank you. I do need to be hydrating more. Topini, thank you for subscribing for 9 months. That's crazy. What the heck? And 9 whole months. Thank you, Tapini. Tapini's the best mod and one of my bestest friends. Okay. But yeah, feel free to tell me how you guys are doing, how your weekends were. I hope it was good. And if it's not good, I hope it gets better. Dude, I like deep cleaned my room yesterday. That was what I did yesterday. I was like up late deep cleaning my room because it was getting bad. It was just getting messy. 'Cause I just like, if I don't stay on top of like being organized, my ADHD brain, it just gets so messy in my room. Like it just becomes like a whole aspect, you know. So I literally spent pretty much most of my time yesterday deep cleaning my room, and it feels so much better in here. It's also the new moon, so that's probably why I was feeling inspired. But yeah, I cleaned my room, so it just feels nice again in my room, which is nice because like I just feel like having a clean space to exist always feels good, you know. Okay. And now let me get out my other usual deck. Dude, I've been loving this deck. Like, I don't know. I'm just really attached to it right now. Oh, okay, yeah. And I gotta pull these out. So on my last vertical YouTube stream on Friday, we started using these Hidden Truth Oracle cards. Dude, these things are crazy accurate. I was a little scared. Like, I was telling people when I was using them for the readings on YouTube, I was like, okay, I haven't used these before, so I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but we can try. These things are scary. Not in like a super bad way, it's just like, yeah, I don't know. They were kind of fun, because like, I have always seen like the big tarot YouTubers using these cards, and I was always like, oh, I want these. So I put them on my throne a long time ago, and Tapini got them for me, so thank you again, Tapini. And here's your fairy wink wonk. I'll free you. I'll free you. Here you go. Your deck is so pretty. I love the colors. Thank you. This is the Star Spinner Tarot. Yeah. But yeah, usually, as you guys have seen, if you've been here a while, I use a bunch of decks at once. But I don't know, I've just been kind of vibing with this one mostly. I don't know, I'm just really attached to it right now, and it's been working. It's been working. But yeah, I think it also fits my vibe. It's purple. Okay. But yeah, we will pick the first free reading in a moment, so join the queue if you haven't already. I'm just like pre-shuffling my cards a little bit. And I definitely want to use these. I'm gonna try to remember to use these. The thing is though, these like, I feel like I can't use these obviously for every reading. These are for relationships, especially relationships that are like going through some challenges. Like, there's positive messages in here, but like this deck specifically says it's for challenging relationships at the moment. But yeah, oh my gosh, I don't want to rip the box, but it's like so hard to open. I might have to. Okay, there we go. Yeah, like, see, these are the oracle cards. I need more oracle cards, but they got messages on them. Hi, Sacred Mala, welcome in. How are you? I hope you're doing good. Is it a read you really well kind of scary? Yeah, I mean, well, okay. So I think for most of the ones we did on Friday for the YouTube stream, I think most of them were like for like, we were reading about other people, if that makes sense. So, you know, I always say to take things with a grain of salt, especially when it comes to reading about other people. But I don't know, it was funny because like I definitely think they basically matched what I was saying during the reading. Like, I was like yapping about the other cards, and then I pulled these and I felt like they really just confirmed what I was saying. So we shall see. But yeah. My brain. Okay, yep. Achy for being out all day, but I had a really weird conversation that made me cackle in the car after, so that made up for the big. Aw, yeah, I hope you feel better. Make sure you get some rest, drink some water. I'm glad something made you laugh, though. Okay. Let's see who's gonna be our first freebie. Okay, give me a moment. Okay. Hi, Nyx. Welcome in. How are you? It's good to see you here. Hi. Our first reading for today is going to go to you, Sacred Mallow. Congrats! You've been chosen for the first free reading for today. So, let me know what your question is. Let me know what kind of reading you're wanting. If you would like, you can choose from one of my freebie spreads right here, but it's okay if you're uncertain. Just let me know what kind of reading you're wanting, and we shall figure it out. Bum, 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 bum. Whoa, that's a crazy conversation. One sec, I gotta read these. Yeah, take your time, take your time. No worries. Like I said, these are just like a baseline or like a suggestion. You know, I don't necessarily absolutely need them, especially if you have a specific question or whatever. So don't stress too much. Bum, 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 bum. But yeah, as I mentioned before, in case you guys didn't hear it since I said it at the beginning, I'm only going to be streaming on Twitch for like about 1 to 2-ish hours. And then we are going to switch over to a YouTube tarot stream. So if you don't get a reading during the Twitch stream, you can ask for a reading in the YouTube stream instead. And honestly, I get through a lot of readings for the YouTube ones because it's like, oh, like I said, the YouTube vertical streams are a lot more chill, I feel. Like there's a lot less going on. That's nice. Maybe a general vibe for the future. Yeah, we can do that for you. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can just do like my usual general spread, which is like general C. I love that one. It gives you insight about your current energy, your possible future, and some advice. We can have it kind of focused on your future. Okay. Let me write you down. Sacred Mallow. Okay, let's get your timestamp. I don't have a specific question for some context. In a really great place for mental health and hobbies, even though my body's really struggling with chronic illness. Okay. Yeah, we can see what messages come through. Okay, this is the one. So yeah, for today's stream, since I'm streaming only on Twitch at the moment, this VOD will be up on my VOD channel. Because we'll be streaming on my main channel in like an hour or two. Sacred Malo. That doesn't look like it fits. Well. Does this work? Yay, okay. So your timestamp, Sacred Mallow, is 30 minutes and 24 seconds. You can rewatch this reading anytime on my VOD channel today, since I'll be uploading this to my VOD channel. Usually I'm streaming both on Twitch and YouTube, but today we're going to be uploading this to my VOD channel. So yeah. Okay, and you just want a general reading about your future. You know what? I think actually we'll probably pull 2 of these cards. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, and then I need to write that down. 30, 24. It's weird. I've never really felt like this before. Like, things feel so hopeful and real, and I feel ready to attack. Aw, well that's good. I'm glad. Honestly, okay, this is a bit of my spiritual insight, okay? You never have to believe what I believe or follow, yeah. You never have to believe what I believe, but it is a new moon. You know, I don't know like crazy a lot about astrology, to be honest, but it is a new moon, so like there's like a fresh energy. It's like a restart kind of happening. Like I literally deep cleaned my room yesterday, and it was kind of getting depressing in here for a while, so okay. Yeah, okay. We want to focus more on the future, so let's do that. Okay. I asked to connect with my spirit guides and Sacred Mallow's spirit guides. Please help me receive these messages with clarity for whatever they need to hear today about the future. Please and thank you. Does the music sound okay? Is it too quiet or too loud? Very chill? Okay. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, what? Give me 2 cards, please. For what do we need to know about Sacred Mallow's future? What do we need to know about Sacred Mallow's future? And an advice card, please. You got an extra one. Trying to decide where it's much higher. Oh wow, it's higher? Wow, they look smaller. It's higher up because of my YouTube streams. I've been having the camera higher because it's smaller space, but okay. Now, since this is a future reading, Sacred Mallow, Please take everything I say with a grain of salt. The future's always changing, energy's always changing. I could be right, could be wrong. Also, you have free will, so if you ever see anything that you don't like, that's okay. You have the power to change it, especially with the future. It hasn't happened yet. It's not set in stone. Hi Bajeeb, welcome in. How are you? I hope you're doing good. Okay. So, for your 2 future cards, we have gosh darn it, I forget what this one is. Roman numerals failing me. Is this the... Nope, I'm gonna have to look. It's the something of cups. It's just also this one looks similar to another card in the deck, and I forget which one comes first. I'll double check. We have the Ace of Swords, and let me check what this one is because I am blanking and I'm still learning this deck and I can't read Roman numerals. Okay, it is the 8 of Cups. Okay, I did think it was something. Okay. 8 of Cups in reverse? Okay. Yeah. So, with the 8 of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Swords together. So 8 of Cups energy, this is relating very much to our past. Especially in an emotional sense, things that are troubling, things that maybe we have carried with us, baggage, you know, the things we've experienced in life, right? That's kind of 8 of Cups energy, and it's learning how to move on from that. It's like you're not, so imagine this castle is your past, or things that you've experienced that have been maybe more negative. It doesn't always have to necessarily be negative, it could just be your past in general, but it's like, you know, 8 of Cups energy is kind of sitting there, the castle or your past kind of in the distance, and it's kind of learning to let go and move on from that. Though a lot of times, I don't know, I'm seeing it as like upright for you. Maybe for a while, it was like this upright meaning where you are just kind of sitting there with it, with what's happened in your life, especially the things you can't control. Maybe a lot of that has just kind of, yeah, there's not like it's just, I just see you sitting here, like there's no movement. It's like you're left sitting here thinking about it, or there's just constant physical reminder. But since it's in reverse, I feel like you're learning and starting to experience like how to actually start moving again, how to actually start moving on from that. And that's especially confirmed with the Ace of Swords. Now the Aces talk about new beginnings, new opportunities, fresh start, right? That's the Aces. And the Ace of Swords specifically, swords are about their air energy. They're about our thoughts, our mental space, communication with others, ways of thinking. So this is like a new way of thinking. That's kind of the meaning of this card, right? So pairing that with like this 8 of Cups in reverse, I think is really nice, because I think it is telling you in the future, anything that is holding you back, especially within your mind, maybe in your heart as well, but anything that's like just been weighing you down, maybe things that you can't seem to let go of, maybe things of your past have been really hard for you to move through and let go of. While sometimes those things can still affect us, I see you being able to like move on and like have this like freshness that you haven't been able to have in a long time. It's like it's like there's like a big change within you, internally, within your mind. You're finally letting go of those thoughts, those memories, those feelings. And like I said, especially with something like memories, it's not necessarily that those things leave you completely, but like I see them not holding you back anymore. I see you're able to move on. You're able to experience new things, especially from anything that was holding you back. So I think that's really beautiful. That's a really nice thing to see, especially about the future. Like you being able to let go and allow these new ways of thinking, these new opportunities, these new thoughts, these new things to enter your life because you're moving on. Things are changing for the better. But yeah, I don't see it as a prediction in a concrete gate. It's like, yes. I'm also seeing with these stars, maybe there's new people. You might be meeting new people. I don't know if you feel lonely or anything at the moment, and it's okay if you're not. Again, take this reading however it resonates. You know, I'm just gonna yap with whatever messages come through, but apply it to your life how it resonates. But I see new people with these stars. That's so interesting. They're pointing that out to me. Or maybe it could even be animals, like new things in your life that spark joy. And you're able to see them now. It's almost like I'm getting a specific thing about this now where it's like maybe the clouds were blocking these stars in your life, and it's like the clouds and fog are like moving away. It's like the stars were always there, but now you're able to see them. That's such a beautiful message. What the heck? You know, because I think maybe currently or before, like, again, you were kind of just stuck in this Eight of Cups energy for a while. Yeah, with this like redness in the background, I think I feel a lot of heftiness with that. Oh, and yeah, the stars are there as well. Wait, that's crazy. But you're finally letting go and learning how to let go of this energy to allow yourself to see these stars and be closer and just, again, allow those new thoughts, new ways of thinking. Maybe it's even how you view yourself. You know, you're allowing these new things, this freshness to enter your life, which is really nice. I love the Ace of Swords for that reason. I also just heard like cutting to the chase. Like, I think also there's something here about like, whereas the Cups is very much like being in our energy or in our emotions, right? Our emotional energy. Swords is more so being in a logical perspective. So I think you're also maybe gonna be better about like knowing when it's good to separate like your emotions from logical things, and like when to listen to the logical side of things, even when emotionally things are feeling really tough. I don't know if that's something you've struggled with before. But yeah, those are some messages I get about the future. Okay, and then some advice. So I pulled some advice cards for you. You got an extra one. But we have the Nine of Swords and the Queen of Swords in reverse. That's so interesting. There's a lot of swords here. You might be someone who really is in your head. Like, I don't know if you are really thinking a lot, reflecting a lot. It doesn't even have to be in a necessarily like quote unquote intelligent way. Like, I don't know if you're just like, you have a lot of thoughts. I don't know if you deal with anxiety or anything as well. Or you just could be a very big thinker. Like maybe you really like to analyze, or just you're in your head a lot, maybe. Maybe you're reflecting a lot about things. But yeah, your advice is the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Swords in reverse. Oh, let me sip some water. Also, sorry if I miss anything in chat. Sometimes I like to lock into the reading before I read anything. It's like some PTSD. I say it as someone with PTSD. Sometimes the memory never goes away, but stops being an open wound. You still have a scar, and sometimes it hurts, but you've healed the initial damage. Yeah. And healing, I always say this a lot in my readings, healing is never linear, you know? Healing is more like a roller coaster. Do you think you can read the names of the cards so I can write them down? Yeah! So, this is the Eight of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Swords in reverse, and the Queen of Swords in reverse. And again, you can rewatch on my YouTube if you need clarity on that later. But yeah, with your advice cards. So, yeah, Nine of Swords. So this is the anxiety card. This is the card of, oh my god, there's so many thoughts in my head and it's keeping me up at night and I'm so anxious and there's so much going on and I'm overwhelmed. Yeah, it's also given like sleep paralysis demon vibes with this imagery. But yeah, this is the card of just feeling really anxious, like having a lot of thoughts, a lot of things zooming. But it's in reverse. So I think their advice in general is, I think your advice is to ground yourself. I don't know if you have any like tools or methods you use to ground yourself, even in small ways. It doesn't have to be anything super complicated, but I am seeing that for you is like, especially when you start to get overwhelmed in your mind or feeling anxious, it might be good to find some methods of grounding, even if that's taking a few deep breaths. Some people like to look around their room and like maybe name a few things. You know, there's so many ways you can ground yourself in your body. But yeah, taking deep breaths is one way. So maybe this is just a message. Remember, you can take a deep breath whenever you need to. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you is like, when you find yourself being overwhelmed, try to have some methods of like, that can bring some quick grounding into your life. That might help you a lot. Or, you know, even better, you can even try meditating. Meditating does not have to be... Oh, I know a lot of people think that meditating is just sitting there and not thinking. That's not necessarily what meditation is. Meditation could literally be so many things. But there is guided meditations on YouTube. I like to listen to those. You can even just kind of sit there, take deep breaths, you know. It's more so about... I think a big thing about meditation is like not being in your thoughts, like being more of an observer of your thoughts, like letting thoughts go by rather than actively engaging with your thoughts. So yeah, that's some advice. Find some grounding whenever you're feeling overwhelmed. Whenever you're in your head, it's good to bring yourself back out of your head, you know, in whatever ways that works for you. Maybe you have a super unique way of doing that. And the Queen of Swords in reverse. Ooh, okay, I am getting something specific with this. I don't know if there's someone or people in general in your life who maybe they tell you to do certain things or suggest certain things. And maybe this has to do with like, because I know you mentioned, I think you mentioned you have a chronic illness. I don't know, I'm getting a really specific message, so take it how it resonates again. But like, I don't know if sometimes people maybe try to like suggest you do certain things or try out this or that. And maybe that like annoys you or doesn't feel good, or like you're kind of like, they don't actually understand what it's like. I don't know, what I'm seeing with this Queen of Swords in reverse is like I don't know, they're telling you like you don't always have to listen to other people, even if they have good intentions. Sometimes it can kind of just come off in like in the wrong way or like a weird way, and like you don't always have to listen to everyone just because, you know, they're coming at you with good intentions. I don't know if you're getting a lot of that. I don't know if you get a lot of that. I don't know if maybe this is telling you about something that could happen with someone. But that's the message I'm getting with the Queen of Swords. Is like listen to yourself. Listen to yourself and your own body. you know, and not to say like you can't get feedback from others or others can't offer you helpful things, but I don't know if you like, if there's just someone or just people who just, I don't know, they say things and it just doesn't quite feel right or something like that. Listen to yourself first. Trust yourself. Maybe you have trouble trusting yourself. Maybe you like to go to others for reassurance or advice, and maybe that hasn't always worked out. Or maybe you just struggle with trusting yourself and just always want or need reassurance. Regardless, trust yourself. You don't always have to listen to others when they're speaking at you, especially about something that they don't understand. It just feels like someone who's in like a position of power as well. Like someone above you. Like it made me think of like a motherly figure, but it doesn't have to be like a motherly figure in your life. You know, just something along those lines of like, they might try to explain things to you, but it's just like, you're kind of like, well, you're not in my body. You don't know exactly what I'm experiencing, you know, and maybe that's caused some frustration for you or something sometimes, you know. That's what I'm getting is like, I just heard like, don't let people make you feel like you're crazy, especially for your struggles, you know. You deserve to have your voice heard. Don't let others talk over you. Just heard all that in my head. You deserve to have your voice heard. Don't let people talk over you. I'm hearing stand up for yourself. Yeah. You know what's happening. And while others, again, might have good intentions, trust yourself, listen to yourself. Yeah, I've experienced that. Doctors definitely, but one of my partners is older than me and further along in her healing journey. Sometimes she'll suggest things that don't really work for me. Oh, okay. Maybe that was the person that I was picking up as well. So she'll suggest things that really do. Yeah. See, and that's the thing is like, especially about healing, whether it's physical or especially emotional or mental. Because I especially know more so about like emotional and mental healing, right? Like every person heals in such a different way, you know. Everyone's different. So what works for one person isn't always going to work. And so like, while it's good to like talk to others about advice and even others who have struggled like us, you know, at the end of the day, like they don't know our exact experience or you know, people are just different. We just all function differently. It's not that the advice is bad or harmful, but while we can relate to each other, our mental illnesses just respond very differently to coping. Well, it sounds like you're very aware. Like I said, it comes up in the cards. As I was saying, like just the way you're speaking in chat, you're very aware. You're very intelligent. I think you communicate well. So give yourself some credit. But yeah, maybe this is just a reminder right now to like, you don't have to listen to what they say or follow their exact advice, especially if it's just not what works for you. You know, it's okay. Figure out your own way. And you know, maybe if you need to communicate that more to your partner, that might be helpful. But yeah. I think that's what I got for you, Sacred Mallow. And maybe this does relate to like the future stuff of like the things you're struggling with right now. It'll get better. But especially big theme with the swords is communication. So especially having good communication will help out a lot, you know? But yeah, I do see like a lot of your current struggles, especially even if it's just like in a mental sense. I see you having a fresh start and new opportunities, and just life's gonna become lighter for you, you know? So yeah, it's really beautiful. But yeah, as I said, I think that's what I got for you, Sacred Mallow. I hope that resonated. I hope that helped or gave you something to think about. At the very least, I hope you enjoyed listening to me yap. If you ever want to rewatch a reading, you can do so on my YouTube channel, specifically my VOD channel this time, since I'm streaming just on Twitch right now, with the timestamp I gave you earlier. I usually put those in the comments after stream. So, yeah, wishing you the very best, sending you all the good vibes. I hope you like the reading. Oh yeah, gonna keep this ball rolling. Yeah, I'm so glad. That makes me so happy. That makes me so happy that you're feeling like that, like genuinely. Because I know what it's like to just be in a slump and stuff and just not loving anything really. But yeah, I'm glad you're feeling inspired and all that. And yeah, wishing you the very best on your journey forward. And thank you for trusting me with your energy. Hi, Fractured Mind. How are you? I hope you're doing good. Okay, we are gonna go on a quick ad break. I like to do ad breaks between readings, but we will be back in just a couple minutes. Do not worry. We'll be back very soon for the next freebie. If anyone new is watching, hi, hello, I'm Moon the Fairy Raccoon. If you would like a free reading during stream, you are welcome to join the freebie queue. Just remember, free readings are chosen randomly, so it's possible I might not get to you. However, if you would like to guarantee yourself a reading during stream, you are welcome to donate to my KOFI. KOFI donations are guaranteed. Make sure you put your question in the donation message, and you get more cards, so it's more detailed. And yeah, a reminder to everyone, I'm only going to be doing like a couple readings. I only plan to stream like 1 to 2 hours on Twitch, and then we are going to switch over to a YouTube tarot stream. So if you don't get a reading during the Twitch stream, you're welcome to follow me over to the YouTube side, and I'll be continuing doing readings there. It's a lot more chill. I mean, I feel like it is really chill right now, but I mean, like, the process is a lot simpler to get a reading for my vertical YouTube streams. But yeah, you don't have to, but that's just an option. And yeah, I'll see you guys after the ads. BRB. Hello, I am back. Okay, let's see who is gonna be the next freebie. Let's see. AuroEh, are you still here? Let me know, let me know. Bum, 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 bum. Hi, Pickle. It's good to see you. How are you? I hope you're doing good. Hope you had a good weekend. Yay! Congrats, Avro, you got the next free reading. So, let me know what your question is. If you would like, you can pick from one of my freebie spreads right here, but you don't have to. These are more of a suggestion. So yeah, just let me know. Let me know what kind of reading you're wanting, and I can see what I can do for you. I've been without a PC, so I haven't been able to watch stream, but so I was at... No! I hope you're able to be back at a PC soon. B, please? Do you mean General B? That is advice, situation, obstacle. Yes, General, please. B, please, and thank you. Yeah, of course. Is there any specific situation you were wanting me to look at? Or do you just want to keep it general and see what comes through? General. Alrighty, I got you. Let me get your timestamp ready. Let me copy this. But yeah, just a reminder, I'm gonna be repeating this a lot. So sorry to those of you who have already heard it. I'm only gonna be streaming for a couple hours on Twitch, and then we're gonna move over to a tarot stream on YouTube. So if you don't get a reading during the Twitch stream, you're welcome to stop by the YouTube stream after and ask for one there as well. Trying that out today. Because honestly, I have really just been loving the vibes of the vertical YouTube streams. It's just very, very chill for me. Oh, you got a cool timestamp. You got an angel number. That's cool. What the heck? You got a crazy angel number. Avro. Okay, so your timestamp, this is crazy, is 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 44 seconds. Anytime we see an angel number, we add it to the angel number counter. Yay! And let me write that down before I forget. That's crazy. Thank you for the hydrate, Pickle. Oh, also, I think I keep forgetting to tell you guys, but I'm very close to hitting 400 followers on Twitch. So I think when I hit 400, I will do a new model reveal. Because I finally bought a new model a new one that I really like, especially because it has a flat chest. It has the option to have a flat chest, which is something I really struggle with as, like, you know, someone who's feminine, but I'm not female, you know? Kind of a struggle, as most feminine models have boobs, and I don't like that. I don't want boobs. Because I'm not a girl. I am feminine though, so it's always been a little hard to find models that work, but I found one and I bought it. I've had my eye on it for a while, so I think I'll do that reveal when I hit 400 followers on Twitch, so yeah. I'll take them from you. I want them, I know. I'd give them to you if I could, Nyx. Although, there is a lot of people online though, because I also have a sister who's trans as well, and I don't know, I have a lot of trans friends as well. Listen, I would give them up for you if I could. I really just want to take them off and hand them over. I would absolutely do that if I could. But yeah, let's get into your reading, Avro. Okay, I asked my spirit guides and Avro spirit guides, please help me receive these messages with clarity. Thank you, spirit. Whatever they need to hear today. What does Avro need to hear? Okay. What's our situation card? Oh, okay, fell on the floor. What is our obstacle? And what is our advice? Okay, so for your situation card, we have the Seven of Swords. For your obstacle, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. And for your advice, we have the Ten of Cups. Here is your Bee Wee Boop, Nyx. And here's your Fairy Winkwonk. Okay, so with this Seven of Wands, this is kind of about reaching a position of maybe power, or a position of like, yeah, okay, I guess we'll just say that for now, like a position of power. It doesn't have to necessarily be exactly that. Again, please take this reading however it resonates. I'ma just yap and do my thing, so, you know, if something doesn't resonate, feel free to ignore it. But yeah, this is kind of like having to be in a defensive mode, like having to kind of, like, there might be people or energy or environments, situations around you that you have to protect and defend yourself from. And, you know, sometimes it talks about like being in a position of power and others kind of like trying to, I just heard like take that from you, or just causing conflict because you have reached a certain goal or position So again, it doesn't have to exactly be that. It could just be that you're in a more defensive energy right now, possibly. I don't know if there's a specific situation that is happening, or if your energy is more so just you're kind of on guard right now, maybe. Maybe you're feeling cautious. Maybe you're kind of forced to be. Or maybe just life is throwing a lot at you. Because it's interesting how, like, this fairy, I'm noticing how they're smiling while having to, like, defend themselves from these things. You know, like, they're kind of on this top of the hill, and they're kind of, like, trying to have to protect themselves for anything that's trying to come up the hill. And you know, wands is fire energy. It's about being ambitious, passionate. You know, the wands are about taking action. They are the doers, right? So yeah, I guess just take that however it resonates. Maybe it's a specific situation. Maybe that's just your energy right now, but we're feeling, could be feeling defensive, just, oh, I'm also hearing competitiveness. I don't know, like, I don't know if this is something that's like weighing you down a lot, or it could be kind of like an exciting thing. I don't know, it just made me think of like the World Cup right now. I just got that in my head, the FIFA World Cup. And like how like there's a lot of competitiveness, but like also like a lot of people are into it because it's like very fun. It's like there's competition, but it's in a fun way. So that's another interpretation I'm getting. So maybe something with that might resonate with you. Like maybe you're just kind of, maybe it's not like super miserable. Maybe it's just like, I guess like fun competitively maybe-ish, or like more positive than negative. I don't know. Again, interpret that how you will with your life. Sipping water. Oh, something I'm getting with this butterfly. I don't know if there's something or someone that you want to protect or do protect. I don't know. That's what I'm seeing with this little butterfly. It could be a person. It could be a pet. Maybe it's a thing that you're trying to protect. Like maybe this little butterfly represents something that's very precious to you, and that's why maybe you're defensive about it. That's another thing that came in just now. Very interesting. With your obstacle, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Now, the cups is water energy. It's all about being in our feelings. It's about connecting with other people. The Knight, you know, the Knights, they are the explorers. They're out there taking action. The Knights have more experience than the pages, but the Knights still have a lot to work on, a lot to go through, but they do have experience. They're exploring, they're taking action, especially the Knight of Cups. That is water and air energy. So very flowy, very flowy energy. But since it's in reverse and this is your obstacle, I don't know if like you maybe are feeling disconnected from your emotions in some way. I don't know if you're feeling disconnected from a specific person. Could be someone specific, could be a group of people that you're feeling emotionally disconnected from, maybe. Something along those lines. Maybe it could even just be with yourself. It could just be you. I don't know if maybe you're having a hard time like connecting with your own emotions, or truly letting yourself feel your emotions, be with your emotions. Maybe you're the type of person that does more with your actions than with your words or your feelings. Like, maybe a lot of people don't always, maybe you're that type of person that like people have a hard time sometimes knowing what you're feeling and thinking, because maybe you keep a lot of that inside. Maybe that's just something you're struggling with right now. Yeah, because like water and air, all of that being internal. That's what I'm seeing. I heard the word insecurity as well. Maybe you just, yeah, maybe you just don't always like to talk to people about that or express a lot of like what's happening with you internally to others. Maybe you keep quiet about a lot of your feelings and thoughts. Maybe you have a hard time trusting that with other people. Maybe you just don't really like to talk about that with others. Ooh, yeah, I do want to look at what the guidebook says for the reversed Knight of Cups. Let's see. I do feel called to like look at it. Here is the page in case you want to pause it in the future. And I shall read it. The reversed Knight of Chalices or Cups. Someone has lost control of their emotions. The Knight warns of a lack of self-reflection and being prone to moodiness and jealousy. He also refers to something that was initially very appealing, but later turns out to be a ruse. The Knight in reverse is a reality check. A veil of wishful delusion might be lifting, leaving cold disappointment and a much harsher truth. It is a reminder to watch your moody tendencies and be practical when you do not get exactly what you want. You could just be feeling a lot. Could be feeling like a lot of chaotic things inside. Maybe things that you don't really know how to, again, express or work through. Maybe you're getting really caught up in your emotions. Yeah, I guess just take whatever resonates from all of that. Hold on, my dog wants out of my room. Okay. And for your advice, we have the 10 of Cups. So the 10 of Cups, this is about, you know, the 10s in tarot talk about like the completion, the end of a cycle, things are wrapping up. So, you know, again, the cups are about our emotions, our connections with others. In this card, there's even like a little wedding going on. You know, this is like the happy little family card. Like, this is feeling happy, feeling good. Like, everything's in place. Unions are coming together. So I think they're just telling you maybe, like, I don't know if maybe you haven't really been connecting as much with other people. Maybe there's someone specific you want to connect with more. Maybe you could just even get out more and connect with others and just be in the community or something. I don't know. There's just your advice is just to connect with others more in some way. Maybe give yourself permission to. Maybe if there's like a group of friends you have, or I don't know if you have a partner or not. But it's kind of like I'm seeing you as like this angel figure, but it's like maybe you're being more of an observer. Being more of an observer rather than actually being with people and connecting with people. Maybe you're more just to the side and keeping your distance. Even if you're physically there with people, I see you maybe could be just kind of keeping yourself distant from others for whatever reasons. And that's not to judge you. I don't know, I felt like I needed to say that. It's not to be judgmental of you. I definitely have my moments of being like that. To be honest, I'm like that a lot when I'm out in the world. But yeah, I think they're just kind of gently nudging you, like some little advice. I think things that would help you. Maybe if you're feeling a lot of emotions, a lot of frustrations, maybe if there's a lot that you're dealing with right now, it might feel nice to open up to someone and vent. If you have any good friends, you can vent about Or there's lots of places online as well to connect with others. Maybe you're seeking more friendships or connection. Community online is a great place for that. I think it's one of the beautiful things about the internet is it connects a lot of people. So, you know, if you haven't found your people, if you haven't found your support group or anything, you know, I always like to tell people you will. And if you already have those people in your life, yeah, maybe reach out to them, reach out to a friend, go get a cup of coffee, or, you know, schedule a phone call. I think connecting with others, especially, oh, this is something I'm getting. Sometimes we can really get lost in what's happening with us, in our own emotions and situations. Like, we can get so caught up in that it's like, I don't know, it's almost like, I just heard like the victim mindset. Or like, it just feels like a lot, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so lonely with all these feelings, and I'm the only one going through this. And maybe you're not thinking exactly that, but it's like kind of that vibe, right? We're just getting so caught up in their emotions, because I've done this too. But then if you go out and connect with someone, just like even hanging out with a friend, I've had a lot of moments where I'm getting so caught up with what's happening with me emotionally. But then I, you know, hang out with a friend or something, and then I realize, oh, you know, it's not so bad. It almost like helps me have a perspective of like, you know, maybe like I'm not the only one struggling. Like, it's gonna be okay. Like, sometimes we can just get so lost in ourselves and our own feelings that like sometimes even something as simple as connecting with a friend might help open our eyes and allow us to breathe and be like, okay, you know, this is not as bad, or, you know, like it just gives a new perspective. I hope I'm explaining that well. I feel like I'm not explaining that as well as I want to. It's like in my head, I know what I'm trying to say, but I feel like I'm not saying it the way I want to. Maybe that's something you experience. I don't know. It just can be helpful, like, being with others and like having that perspective instead of only just being with ourselves and our own feelings and thoughts. Sometimes even simple moments of connections can really help us a lot, you know, and help open up our perspective and help us feel a little lighter, especially when we're struggling. You know, like laughter. I'm hearing laughter as well. Like, yeah, I guess that's what it is. Like, sometimes even if you just have like these nice moments with other people, you realize, oh, not everything is horrible or bad. There are still these moments of joy. Even if I'm going through a lot, there are still these moments. So yeah, that's what I see for your advice. Yeah, that's what I see, Avro. I hope that resonated. I really do. I hope that resonated. I hope that helped. Maybe gave you some insight about anything. At the very least, though, I hope you enjoyed listening to me yap. Again, if you ever want to rewatch your reading, you can do so on my YouTube channel. Today it'll be my VOD channel since I'm streaming just on Twitch at the moment. But yeah, thank you for trusting me with this reading. And again, I hope that resonated. I hope that gave you something that was maybe helpful or something to think about. Okay. We are gonna go on another ad break, and then we'll pick the next reading. It might be the last reading I'll do on Twitch for the freebies. Because again, I want to switch over to a YouTube tarot stream, because I really like those. I can get through so many readings, and I just like the vibes again are like super chill. I know my streams are usually chill even on Twitch, but for some reason the vibes on YouTube, I don't know, it's just so simple, and it's just, yeah. So we will pick at least one more reading, for the freebies on Twitch, and then we'll probably switch over to a YouTube stream after that one if no one donates for this one. So yeah, worry not. Genuinely, guys, like, I get through a lot more readings on the YouTube vertical streams. So like, literally, you just show up, you just put your questions in chat, and I pick them. When it's time to pick the next reading, I just pick them, and then I'm even like, hey, you can repeat your question. You know, it's very nice. So it's very simple. Anyways, okay, we'll pick the next reading after a little ad break. I'll see you guys in like 3 minutes. Hello, I am back. Hello. Okay. Let's pick the next free reading, and again, this might be the last freebie I'll do for Twitch, because we're gonna move over to a YouTube tarot stream where you guys can also ask for a reading there, so no worries. Although I know not everyone likes the YouTube side, which is okay. I am just also trying to like grow my YouTube channel. Yeah, hi Pickle, hi Fractured Mind. Let's see. Oh yeah, let me remove Abro. I don't think I moved them. Remove them. Okay. Who is it gonna be? Oh, there's so many people. Okay. Pickle! Congrats, you've been chosen for the next freebie! Yippee! So, let me know what your question is, and if you would like, you can choose from one of these freebie spreads right here. But yeah, no worries if you have something specific, these are more of a suggestion. And yeah. So yeah, this will probably be my last reading for the freebies on Twitch, but fear not, because if you guys didn't get chosen, we're gonna do literally immediately after a YouTube stream, so you guys are free to come to the YouTube stream after and ask for a reading in the chat there. So yeah, no worries. I'll still be doing lots more readings when we stream on YouTube afterwards. And I get a general B format, but career focused. I would like a new job. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we can do that for you. Let me write you down. Yeah. I wish you luck with finding a new job, Pickle. I wish you luck with that. I know a lot of people be looking for jobs. I actually did a candle spell for someone not too long ago. It was crazy because it's definitely one of my success, or well, I'm pretty sure all my candle spells have been successful, but one of my most successful for doing it for another person. I did a candle spell for someone who had been doing interviews for months, and then I did a candle spell for them. Next interview they did great and they got the job, and I was very happy for them. Okay, advice, situation, obstacle. Let us see. Get your timestamp. Oh, here's your wee poop, Pickle. That's great for them. I've been trying to find a job actually, like, so I wish I was at the... Yeah. You'll find where you're meant to be, I promise you. And that's another thing I always told that person, and I believe genuinely, is that like sometimes I think some of these like job interviews or just anything about it. Like sometimes we don't get it, but it's because there's a better opportunity for us later, you know? But yeah, I sell candle spells. If anyone's interested in buying one from me, I can do a little spell for you for anything you want in your life. I think I have this command. Yeah! I do sell candle spells if anyone's interested. Let's get your... Did I copy this already? I don't remember. Pickle. Oops. I was faster than you, Tapini. Okay, Pickle. So, your timestamp is 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 2 seconds. So if you ever want to rewatch it, you could do so on my YouTube channel, specifically my VOD channel today. That's where I'll be uploading this VOD. It's okay, Tab. It's okay. You'll get it next time, surely. Okay. I ask you connect with my spirit guides and spirit guides of Pickle. Please help us receive these messages with clarity. Whatever they need to know about finding a new job. Okay. What are the vibes for finding a new job for Pickle currently? The vibes are just vibing. So true. Wise words. What's our situation card? Ooh. Okay. What's our obstacle? What's in the way of Pickle getting a new job? And what's our advice for Pickle? Oh my god. Okay, this is the card that's the theme for today, apparently. Okay, Pickle. So for your situation card, we got the King of Swords. For your obstacle, we got the Hanged Man. And for your advice, we have the Ace of Swords. Okay. So we have the King of Swords as your situation card. The Kings. So the swords, you know, it's air energy. The Kings are fire. So this is air and fire energy. You know, the King of Swords, this is someone. What's the phrase? Like, all about serious business, okay? He has thoughts and he's gonna tell you them honestly. I don't know if this is like, I feel like there's a few meanings here. So this could represent someone who is currently like involved with like your work. Maybe like your boss or someone above you, or you know, because the court cards sometimes represent a person, but not always, and it could also be you. Okay. Now, yeah, a big thing I'm getting here is that, ooh, there's something about being respected. Like, you needing to be respected. I don't know if you feel disrespected or have felt disrespected before when it comes to work. But there's something about, like, you realizing your own power and that, like, you have this energy of the King of Swords inside of you, and like very much using your voice, using your intelligence, the skills you have. I think everyone has something to offer. It's also like a matter, especially when trying to find a new job. It's especially a big part of it is trying to convince others of your skill, of your worth. But you especially have to embody that yourself and know your worth, know you are someone valuable, and be someone and bring in that energy of someone who has the skills, who is valuable, who can bring a lot to wherever you're trying to go. So if you're not even sure where you want to be, I think that's obviously step number one. If you're not sure what type of new job you want, that's definitely something to figure out, because there's like an importance they're showing me of like, once you have a direction you want to go, and if you already kind of have that, then that's good. But once you have a direction that you want to go, like you see how this bird's like looking in this direction, once you have a direction in mind, you need to embody the energy of the person who successfully has that job and lives the life that you want. And you need to be that person mentally. A big part of it is recognizing your own worth and skill, and like, yeah, learning how to convince that of others that you are valuable and worthy as an employee, you know? He speaks very matter of factly, the King of Swords. Ooh, my light just flickered. So I don't know if like your current situation with your job is like affecting you a lot emotionally, and like it just really putting you down, because you mentioned you're looking for a new job. You're like, I don't know if you're just like, I can't do this no more. Yeah, that's what I guess this card's kind of like very much advice as well. Like, It's kind of just like what I'm hearing is just like there's a need for you to kind of like lock in. Like if you're feeling emotional and upset and exhausted about things, like it's okay, it's valid, but I think there's like a certain like switch you need to flip inside of you to kind of go into a mode of like, okay, let's get to business. Let's get down to business to defeat the Hans. How do the words go? Did they give me daughters when I asked for sons? It's hurting physically. Oh, I'm sorry. That's no bueno. Hi, Siege. I would sing more of it, but I do need to lock in on the reading. And also, I'm like, do I remember the words? I do, but I don't. Da da da, you're the something that I've ever seen. Da, 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 da. Mr. I'll make a man out of you. Yay! Hi, Siege. I hope you're doing well. Ooh, yeah, your boundaries. Like, I feel like I'm hearing like maybe there's a need for you to be respected or have certain boundaries in place. Especially if like, I don't know if like, maybe that's with your current work, or maybe that's some advice going into a different job is like, make sure you communicate clearly, like where you stand with your boundaries, and like don't let people, especially like I know a lot of people struggle sometimes like entering a new workplace, and you want to make sure you have a good impression, you want to listen to your superiors, and like while yes you should do that, you also are still a human and you should still be setting boundaries and like have basic respect when going into a new place. You know, it's kind of that thing of like, make sure you don't let others, like make sure you speak up for yourself and defend yourself and protect yourself, you know? Especially in like a factual, like straightforward way. Like this is very like energy of like, just, we have to be straightforward here. We have to be open and honest and to the point. Like that's just very much the energy I'm getting with this King of Swords. Okay. Now for your obstacle with the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man, there is a lot of struggle with this card. I mean, he's quite literally caught up in these branches, right? So it's kind of feeling stuck, which obviously this makes a lot of sense for you right now. Feeling stuck in the position you are in right now. So I feel like eventually, like let's say these trees represent your current job, right? Or your current situation. And the branches are currently holding you. And eventually you want to be free of this. But right now you're stuck, right? You're just stuck here. So while you're here, yeah, there's just a need for a new perspective. While you're hanging here, you know, it sucks and it's okay to be upset. But I think that's your biggest obstacle right now is like trying to view things in a different way, in a different light. Maybe even positively. And again, it's not to say like, oh, just, you know, just be happy or just be grateful, or like, you know, like we don't want to dismiss your feelings, but maybe you're leaning too much into what's happening. Like you're just kind of, yeah, just letting things happen rather than doing something about it. And again, a thing about this card is like, oh yeah, that's another thing I got earlier, is like when the Hanged Man enters our life, when we're experiencing this energy, oftentimes we are stuck here for a reason. Oftentimes it's needed. And although it sucks, you know, we hate it, we don't like it, this time in your life is needed. So I think the struggles you are going through right now, Pickle, are just something that you have to experience for whatever reasons. And maybe some of those reasons will make sense later, right? But I think the good news is you're not going to be hanging here forever. That's the good news about the Hanged Man, is there will be, you know, these branches won't be here. The branches aren't very stable. Like, eventually you'll be free of that, right? But I think maybe you're here because you are learning certain things and need a perspective change. So yeah, I guess that's just your biggest obstacle, is like focusing so much on the fact that you are stuck. And maybe there's a need for you to focus more on like, oh, I have a different perspective because I'm hanging upside down. It's almost like, imagine the Hanged Man is just staring at his feet when the answer or something helpful is right in front of him, but he doesn't see it because he just keeps looking at his feet and is just like, I'm stuck here. So maybe that's what you need, is to stop staring at your feet and look outward. However that means to you. And it's kind of funny because this card is very similar with the message. This is your advice card. So that is kind of funny. Yeah, the Ace of Swords, as we mentioned earlier, the Ace of Swords, Swords energy is all about our mind, our mental space, our thoughts, our communication with other people. On the aces in the deck, they always talk about new beginnings, new opportunities, but especially the Ace of Swords. I love this because this talks about a new way of thinking. So very similar, like I said, like they're very much telling you like, your advice is like, okay. Oh, okay, I'm getting kind of an example for myself now. Hold on, my dog wants in my room, 1 second. So, yes, there is only so much we can do with things that are out of our control, right? And like I said, it's okay to be upset that certain things are out of our control and certain things happen. But at a certain point, we need to be the ones to push ourselves into this energy of thinking from a new perspective, allowing ourselves to view things differently so that we can actually make change happen. So instead of just kind of sitting there wallowing in your circumstances, they're asking you to, yeah, just try to think differently. Maybe that means thinking more positively, even if that's really hard to do. Maybe that means looking for new opportunities and giving yourself a chance that maybe you wouldn't have before. Like, I don't know if maybe you aren't very confident in your skills or whatever area of work you're looking into, but like there's a need for you to be self-assured and confident and viewing things newly, because it's like they're kind of telling you need to get yourself out of this slump. And like, yes, there's certain things out of your control, but what is in your control? You know? Oh, Siege, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. We'll do your reading after this. Mr. Hall, make a man out of you. Okay. So the example I'm getting with my own life, Pickle, is like me before I started doing tarot online. Before I started streaming tarot. You know, the me before was very much just kind of like, I was just kind of like I was the Hanged Man staring at my feet, and I was just upset at what the heck was happening. So I had to be the one that had to figure all this out and be like, okay, these are my circumstances. These are the things I can't change, but what can I change? And I did have to bring in this Ace of Swords energy. I had to think differently. I had to be like, okay, I can stream tarot. I can do this. You know, but like, whereas before, like, I was very much just like upset at what was happening. And while there was a lot that I couldn't change, I took control of the things that I could could change. And that all started from my perspective. A lot of it's kind of like that quote. I'm hearing that quote. It's like, I think it's like 10% of life is what happens, and then the other whatever percent is how we react to what happens. So like, yes, circumstances suck, and there's only so much we can do, especially when we're looking for a new job and maybe trying to get interviews and stuff. There's only so much that is in our control, but what isn't our control? Our perspective, our mind. So maybe even in general, like having a more positive outlook and just having the belief that things will work out for you, even if physically you don't know how, that can do a lot for you. It really can. You know, I am someone who very much is into manifesting. I don't know how much you are into manifesting or doing anything with that. And it's okay if you don't. And again, as I always say, you don't have to believe what I believe. But for me personally, I have worked on so much with my mindset. Like, I think I've talked about this before. I have worked a lot to change my internal monologue about myself. And once I started talking about myself differently, that's when my life started changing more. That's when more positive things started showing up in my life. I used to make a lot of self-deprecating jokes. I don't do that anymore, and I make sure I talk about myself in a positive way. I still have my moments. I'm not perfect here, right? But I used to be so much worse about the way I talked about myself, and I would like joke. You know, it was that self-deprecating humor. You know? And I made an effort to stop talking about myself like that. To just stop accepting and living in my misery internally. And that's when a lot of things started changing for me externally. So I think that's their advice to you. See what perspective, what new perspective can you gain? The things you want are within your reach. I personally believe that the things we want, the things we desire, are absolutely possible for us. So if you're sitting here like, am I just going to be stuck in this forever? I don't think so. I especially believe as long as we are still living and breathing, we can always change our life around. We can always find new opportunities. There are, so many stories, online, people I've talked to in real life. Like, there's so many chances for change in your life. You can absolutely do that for yourself. It's okay if you're not sure exactly how. You don't have to have it all figured out, but just take it day by day, How do you manifest? That's a pretty big topic, but I don't know, maybe listen back to what I said. Like, for me, it kind of started with changing the way I talked about myself. For me, I'm really into affirming, which is just changing the way I think and talk. So like, a lot of times throughout the day, instead of letting my mind wander, like I try to be more intentional throughout the day with what I'm thinking about. So sometimes I will like manifest things personally by literally just affirming things in my head. There's a lot that goes into that, so like we don't have the time for me to fully go into that, but that's something I do, is I affirm a lot. And that's helped me, especially because like what I do is like, if I start spiraling and having negative thoughts, I'll try to flip it around and have positive thoughts and say positive things. That helps me personally a lot. Just even with feeling better, But yeah, again, you don't have to do exactly that. It's just changing the way you think, new perspective, pretty much everything I said. And yeah, you can rewatch that anytime on my YouTube. Listen back to it if you ever need that to hear that advice again. But yeah, I hope this resonated for you, Pickle. I hope this helped you. I really do. I'm wishing the very best with you. Good luck with finding a new job. I believe in you. I believe in you, Pickle. You got this. And like I said, I truly believe there's always new opportunities out there for us, So yeah, I hope you like that. Thank you for trusting me with your reading. And you can rewatch anytime with the timestamp I gave you earlier on my VOD channel today. Yeah. very welcome. Okay, let me check out my KOFI where Siege donated. Yay, thank you so much, Siege, that's so sweet of you. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Yay! So we can do your reading next. I think I am gonna go on a quick ad break. I like to do ad breaks between readings, but after this ad break, we could do your reading, Siege. Yeah, thank you again for donating. Okay. So yeah, we will do Siege's reading after the ads, and then we will switch over to a YouTube tarot stream. Because as you can see in the pinned message, I plan to only stream for about like 1 to 2 hours today on Twitch, and then we are gonna move over to a YouTube vertical tarot stream. So if you didn't get a reading so far during the Twitch stream, you are welcome to ask for a reading over on the YouTube side. You just literally ask your questions in the chat and I'll just be picking from them. It's very chill. It's kind of a different vibe from Twitch, but that's why I like it. So yeah, I'm trying to stream more on YouTube as well. You know, trying to grow my YouTube channel a bit. So we'll be doing more readings there. And yeah. Okay, I'll see you guys after the ads. Hello! Hello, hello. I am back. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, let's see. I don't think you put a question in the KOFI. Ba, 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 ba. So yeah, Siege. Let me know what your question is. Let me know. Let me know what kind of reading you're wanting, and if you would like, you can pick from one of my spreads here. You can pick from the 5-card side. I also can turn any of the freebie spreads into a 5-card. So anything you see, let me know. And also, you don't have to pick a spread either. You can also just ask a question or anything. Yeah, because the spreads are just more of a suggestion. Oh yeah, let me write your name down in my book. Yeah, if you're not sure, I can just do a general reading for you, Siege. No worries. Or if you need some time to think, take your time. Oh yeah, also, on the YouTube live streams, I don't have the spreads there. I just do whatever feels right in the moment. So that's another reason I think I like it. I don't know. The vibe is very chill. I think it's already chill here, but it's even more so chill. So yeah, just a reminder, if you didn't get a reading today on Twitch, we're gonna go live on YouTube afterwards. So you can ask for a reading there in the chat. You just put your questions in the chat and I pick the people that come through. Which one is good advice to— oh my god, I can't speak or read. Is a good advice to know whether I chance to be in a relationship with someone I'm thinking. Ooh, okay, we can look into that for you. We can use the future love one. Yeah. My bad. My English is bad. Hey, English is my native language, and I'm also very bad at it sometimes. So no worries. Yeah, and I might adjust it a little bit to kind of suit the question better. But yeah, we can look into that for you. That's exciting. We can see what the cards say. All right, let me write that down. Do you have chance with person? So I'm assuming this is like a friend. Usually with any type of relationship reading, I like to ask like how you know the person. Like if it's a family, friend, coworker, whatever the heck, you know. Okay. Timestamp. Let me copy this. Siege. There we go. Okay. Grabbing your timestamp. Okay, Siege, your timestamp is 2 hours, 16 minutes, and 32 seconds. So if you ever want to rewatch this reading, you can do so on my YouTube channel, specifically my VOD channel today. That's where I'll be uploading this. To 1632. Oh my gosh, thank you for subscribing, Siege. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Go away, ads. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. So, let's see, what does this spread look like? You, them. Okay. Yes, okay. Let's pull your cards. Okay. I ask my spirit guides and spirit Siege, please help me receive any messages the sage needs to know about this. With clarity, please and thank you. Ooh, we get to use my favorite. My animal spirit oracle cards. Okay, so we're gonna pull for your energy and their energy regarding this question. Regarding this connection. And yeah, how did you word it again? Whether you got a chance to be. Oh, okay. Why do you do that? Ooh, okay. Wow, they're shuffling. These ones are shuffling really weird right now. Okay, let's pull for Siege's energy. What does Siege's energy look like? What do we need to know about it? Oh, we got the hawk for you. Okay. And what about this person Siege is thinking about? What do we need to know about their energy? What do we need to know about their energy? Oh. Oh. They are the shark. Okay. Let's do an advice and obstacle card, and then we'll pull the final card, which is asking into, like, yeah, what you asked, which is, like, what are the chances? So let's pull for the challenge card first. What is any challenges that Siege needs to know about this situation? That emote is so silly. Dude, I need to draw myself more emotes. I just like, just not at the top of the priority list. Okay. What is challenge with this connection currently in regards to, oh, okay. Page of coins. Oh my gosh, I have to sneeze. Ugh, I hate sneezing. Okay. And what is Siege's advice with this? What advice do we have? Okay. And what's our final card like? Does Siege have a chance with this person? Okay. Let me make these a little better. Hi, Arctic! It's so good to see you. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Okay. So, for the energy check, Siege, again, this is representing you. This is representing your person you're thinking about. So for you, we have the hawk, which is an air type. They are a shark, which is water. So you guys, I don't know if like, oh, okay. And again, let me state before I get too into it, please take whatever resonates and leave what doesn't. If something doesn't feel right to you, feel free to ignore it. I'm gonna just yap and do my thing. Also, especially since this is like kind of talking about the future, right? We're kind of gonna be going into like the future a bit, kind of seeing the vibe. This is just based on the current energy, but remember that the future is always changing. Energy is always changing. I could be right, I could be wrong. You also have free will, so if you don't like what you see, you have the power to change it. And like I said, nothing is set in stone with the future, so it's possible this could change. Hold on, my dog wants in my room again. I just woke up from one nap. I hope you had a good nap. Okay. So again, you guys might be different in a lot of ways, but I think that you guys could probably relate to each other. Because, you know, air and water maybe don't seem like they have a lot in common. I mean, literally hawk in the sky, shark in the water. On the outside may appear very different, But I do, for me, air and water energy do have commonality with the way they both flow, if that makes sense. Like, both are very flowy, both are very free, you know? But there's still differences, right? Ooh, something I'm getting is that water is like weighed down by gravity. That's so interesting. I've never gotten that before. So like for this person, I don't know if there's like maybe a lot of like heaviness in this person's life right now. Especially since this is like very like a gray card, whereas like your card has more color in it. I don't know if there's a lot happening in their world, but like there's like I'm feeling this heaviness. Like like yes, water is flowy as I was saying, but it's like if you're thinking about it like earth, it's weighed down by gravity, whereas air feels a lot more free. Interesting. Maybe you both come from different places, like very different places. Again, take it how it resonates. I do see you as this hawk. Like, it's interesting how the hawk is facing this way towards you're facing them, but they aren't facing you. And maybe that's because you're maybe more so like above them, metaphorically, I guess. I don't know if like this person makes you feel a lot or like makes you light up a lot, because it's like I almost feel like I see you as this hawk like flying towards this shark person, and it's like suddenly I don't know, the interpretation I'm getting is like that's where this color comes from, is it's like, oh, it's like there's feelings, there's like joy, maybe a bit of like anxiety, insecurity, like, but like I don't know, I most of it feels very like joyful or exciting or like kind of nervous though. I think it's possible that this person makes you feel like that, like makes these colors like low, if that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense. I know with these cards sometimes I can get very abstract with my descriptions. Also, hi Princessa, welcome in. How are you? I hope you're doing good. So the free readings are closed for the day, for now. However, I am going to do a YouTube tarot stream literally right after I end this Twitch stream. I'm just finishing up donation readings right now. I did close the freebie queues for the Twitch stream right now, but I am gonna go live on my YouTube. Literally like right after I end this stream. So if you want a reading there, you are so welcome to go in that chat and hang out and ask your question. But yeah, today I am doing kind of like a split day where I'm doing like half of it on Twitch, and then we're gonna move over to the YouTube. Aw, I just heard in my head, I don't know if this person like makes you, or like, I don't know if this person like gives you a reason to like fly as this hawk. Like maybe as this hawk, maybe you've like metaphorically spent a lot of time just kind of walking, but maybe this person really, I don't know, maybe over time, I mean, I don't know how long you've known them or anything, so again, that's why I take it how it resonates, but like, I don't know if maybe over time, like, this person has really motivated you to eventually like start flying again as this hawk, and maybe they don't even realize that they've done that for you, and maybe you didn't even realize it was happening right away. Hmm. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, anytime I like kind of focus back on this person's energy, there's like a heavy feeling I feel, which I don't think really directly relates to you, especially with the fact that the shark's like not facing towards you. It just feels like they're like feeling and focusing on other things. Okay, I want to look into the I always love the emotes you put into chat, Siege. We're gonna look at the guidebook now because I think this always has interesting things in it for these cards. But let's look at you first as this hawk. Mayhaps, if I can find the page. Why am I thinking of Chicken Little? I haven't watched that movie. Dude, I haven't watched that movie in years. And I mean years. Wow. I feel like I need to watch that movie again. Chicken Little. Maybe that's relevant to you or something. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Sometimes I get random things. And sometimes maybe it's not anything related, and that's okay. Chicken Little. The sky is falling. Here it is. Here's the page in case you want to pause it in the future. Okay. The hawk. Watchful, all-seeing, messenger of divinity. The sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail, as well as the bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you, and the winds are shifting. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings, and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly. Though it may seem small or insignificant, it will eventually redirect your course. When in balance, sees clearly, intuitive. When out of balance, sees too much, suspicious. To bring into balance, perspective shift. Okay, I think what this is telling me is like, you might notice a lot about this person, especially because you have interest in them. But like, I feel like it's funny, like maybe you don't even like always tell them that or anything. Like, I feel like maybe you just like know a lot about them, remember a lot about them. You could just like remember small little things they've told you. And like, I don't know if like maybe at some point in conversation, like you might bring those things up and then they're kind of like, how did you know that? Or remember that about me? What the heck? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Hawk's eye. Like, you see a lot about them. Like, I think you see a lot. Which makes sense, because you're, like, at, like, a... Literally, the hawk is, like, at a higher perspective looking down, right? Sees too much, suspicious. Yeah, okay, that is also the thing with air energy. Like, we're very in our head, in our thoughts. You know, reminds me of the swords, because that's also air energy, right? In tarot. Yeah, because it's like, sees too much, suspicious. So it's like a blessing and a curse, like being this hawk and at this height, and like you see a lot, but you know a lot, but that also means you're thinking about a lot, which makes sense, especially if you're debating, like asking this person to be in a relationship with you, and like that's gotta be so, you know, I mean, obviously I don't know the exact dynamic between you and this person, but I think that's always like a scary thing. You know, even if it's someone you're really comfortable around, it's always scary. This feels important though. Like the fact that, like, I don't know, this messenger of divinity and just I feel like this is a really important moment for you in your life. Okay, let's look at the shark. So this is their page, the shark, in case you want to pause it in the future. The shark. Directness, exposure, revealing true nature and desire. The shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves, or to say what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong, but when shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. When in balance, intriguing, captivating, mysterious. When out of balance, sneaky, destructive. To bring into balance, honesty. Yeah, it's bringing me back to what I was saying about, like, that heaviness, like something. I don't want to say they're, like, hiding anything from you, but, like, I feel like you have things to say to them, maybe to express to them, if you so choose. And I think they do as well. I'm trying to, like, see if I get anything specific, but it just feels like it's just something about their life and what they're going through or have gone through. Something very vulnerable. But I don't think they want to tell me exactly what it is. You know, I kind of believe that, like, I'm only told what we are meant to know. And especially when we're reading about other people, I think we only know so, like, are told so much by, like, spirit, you know? Oh, maybe this is also a side note, if this resonates. I don't know if this person does speak in a very direct way. Yeah, I'm like getting this feeling in my chest of, like, wanting to say more, but it's like I'm holding myself back. Interesting. It's almost like maybe you both are, like, going through the same thing, but, like, for different reasons and in different ways. I just heard that as well. Let's look at your obstacle now. So for your obstacle, we have the Page of Coins. Hold on, I need more water. So this is your challenge with this connection currently. I don't know if there's maybe it could be, like, challenges in, like, a physical sense, because the coins, the pentacles, that talks about our material world, our environment, the 3D, right? Yeah, it talks about the physical world, it's earth energy. And I don't know if, like, maybe you guys are, like, physically, like, apart, or maybe you don't see each other as often. That's, like, one interpretation, like, in person. Yeah, I guess it's just, like, the physicality. That's what I'm seeing as, like, one challenge. Maybe one or... Oh. Maybe this person... Yeah, I don't know. This is something specific I'm getting. So again, take it out, it resonates. But, like, maybe this person, like, likes expressing themselves more personally when they're physically with people or under certain circumstances. That's something I'm getting. yeah, upright, the Page of Coins talks about like starting a new path, a new journey, especially with new opportunities in our lives. Because like, you know, again, the coins is like our environment, our material world, sometimes like relates to finances, our career, but in this sense, in this relationship. Oh. Yeah, because I guess that makes sense with this being your obstacle. Like, for you, and possibly them, I don't know if you have caught any vibe of them liking you back, but at least on your side, like, I don't know, maybe you have felt like this for a while and you just don't know how to bring it up. You don't know how that will change things. That's always a big thing, especially when you're like confessing feelings to like a friend or anything. Like, a big worry many people go through is like, how will this change things? Oh my gosh, maybe I shouldn't say anything because what if that makes things weird or it changes everything? That's always so scary. And so maybe there's that fear being this obstacle of like trying to reach out and start on this new path. Like, I feel like there's a lot of nervousness with wanting to reach out and actually do it and actually have the conversation. Like, yeah, maybe this is something you've been thinking about for a while and you're just like, I don't know. But something I am getting with this Page of Coins in reverse is that, like, yeah, that's the thing, is like, you can't have that opportunity for things to progress or to start on a new path with this person if you never actually do anything or say anything. Honestly, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I hope this is resonating for you so far, Siege. I hope it is. So I try to be helpful. Yeah, I guess your biggest obstacle right now is just like actually doing anything about it. Like actually saying anything, doing anything about it, you know? Yeah, which I get. Hey, I get. I've been there. It is scary, especially if it's just a friend and like you aren't sure. I don't know. I get that for sure. But yeah, you won't know until you have that conversation. Until, I mean, again, it also, like, please do what you want. Like, you never have to follow what I say. That's just what they're pointing out to me, is like, with this obstacle, with this connection right now, is just like the biggest thing is just like a conversation needs to happen, I think. Hi, Pancake! How are you? I hope you're doing good. Okay, do you have a chance to be with this person? We have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords, this is energy of resting, especially mental rest, because again, swords, air energy, thoughts, and all that. Resting. I think what this card is telling us is that, like, I think there's the possibility of ending up with this person, but I feel like it might not be the right time yet. And again, okay. Take this, again, take this with a grain of salt since this is about the future. This can change or whatever, but like, it feels more like it could be that situation of like, maybe you do tell them how you feel. but you don't actually get into a relationship right away because of certain circumstances. Maybe, I don't know, it kind of gives me a vibe that maybe this person might not feel ready for that. They might not feel ready for a relationship, but that doesn't mean feelings aren't there. It just kind of feels like, it's like this, I'm seeing this as like, it's kind of like, put a pin in it, put it on hold. But that's not me trying to discourage you from like talking to them about it and like having this conversation. But like, I feel like there's some, oh, that could be it as well. Like, I think there just might be time needed to like think about it and really, yeah, like rest, especially with this person. Like, I don't know what they've experienced with relationships in their lives, but maybe it's not an easy thing for them to just immediately agree to. Like, there might be time. So I think that's a possibility. Because, like, the thing about the Four of Swords is the Four of Swords comes after the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords is the heartbreak card. So it's kind of like, we need rest after heartbreak, right? And so I think there's a chance, but it kind of feels like there's time needed to rest, or just there might be things that you guys need to settle in your own lives, in your own energies, before you guys actually like get into a relationship. That's what I'm seeing with this card. And again, I'm not trying to discourage you from like expressing your feelings or having a conversation with this person or anything. But I think it's more so like putting it in a realistic perspective of like, you know, being in a relationship, especially of a romantic kind, takes a lot of work and communication and effort from both sides. And sometimes even if there's feelings, people aren't always like ready to fully enter that sort of commitment right away. But that doesn't mean you aren't, that doesn't mean it's like a complete rejection and it's just never gonna happen, you know? I just see it as more like, I think there's some time needed to think about it, to process, to figure things out. But especially this yellow window always makes me think like, I almost see this as the opportunity of like moving on from this and possibly getting into a union with this person. But we're in this room right now, and this is the resting room. This is time to reflect and chill and have a moment. And maybe it's like more so on this person's side. It could be you as well. Maybe you also are like, I don't know if I'm ready for a relationship. Like, I like this person, but I don't know. Like, it just feels like there's some more time needed for, I just heard, for the dust to settle. Especially if this person has been through a lot recently, especially, like, they might need more time. Especially if they were in a relationship recently that ended or anything of that sort. Like, they just might need more time, but that doesn't mean it's not there. Yeah, I'm sorry the answer's kind of like a bit iffy. Like, if it was a card that was just like not great vibes, I would tell you, you know? But that's what I'm seeing with this card, with the Four of Swords. So don't let it discourage you. I just think that there's more time needed to reflect and just kind of be and exist as your own two people before anything can really like truly spark. But maybe, yeah, like I said, like, we don't know what'll happen after this. Like, it's possible like things might be better after this time of rest and just rejuvenating happens, you know? And again, I'm not trying to discourage you from like confessing your feelings or, I don't know, working this out with this person. But that's what I'm seeing with this card. And now finally, for your advice, we have the Nine of Swords, which also came up earlier. Hi, little Princess Cherry. Hello, hello. Yes, so the only reason why I'm still going is just because I'm finishing up donation readings on the Twitch side. But we are going to move to the YouTube after I'm done with this reading. So don't you worry. We're gonna be doing more free readings on the YouTube. Yeah, I guess it's almost been 3 hours, huh? That's just because, yeah, I'm just finishing up donation readings here. And then we're gonna move to the YouTube. I did close the freebies, but I'll be doing more free readings on my YouTube after this reading. Yeah, of course. Yes, so we will literally be going live like almost immediately after. I might just have to set it up a little bit, but over on my YouTube. So yeah, as I said, if you guys didn't get a free reading earlier, come hang out with us on the YouTube afterwards. I'm gonna be doing more freebies there. But yes, okay. As I was saying, see, so your advice is the Nine of Swords in reverse. This is the anxiety card, okay? This is the card about, like, staying up late at night, all the thoughts swarming our brain. And this makes sense with this type of reading. Perhaps this is really on your mind, keeping you up at night, or maybe you try to distract yourself sometimes, and then your mind goes back to this, and this person, and this situation, and it's a lot, and it might be causing you some anxiety and worry, and like, oh my god, how should I do anything? Should I say anything? Is this gonna change anything? I think their advice is to know that it's going to be okay. And I know it's hard to tell our anxiety and to tell our brain that when we're going through stuff and having all these thoughts, but I think their advice is just to like calm. Their advice is to be calm, remain calm. It'll be okay. I know that's hard. Like that's easier for me to tell you. Like, it's easy for me to sit here and tell you, like, chill out. But I know it's not that easy, right? But I think especially going back to this card, if you do decide to have a conversation with this person, it's good to have a clear head. So maybe that's really what this is telling you, is that it's like, it's not saying like, no, it's not a complete rejection. It's just more, maybe you need time to calm down, to gather yourself, to gather your thoughts, and figure out within yourself how you actually want to approach this. Aw. Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the feelings from this, and I know it's scary. It's scary. This is, you know, is the anxious card. I just heard in my head, don't sell yourself short. I don't know if like some of your thoughts also are like, I don't know if you're having thoughts of like, oh, am I good enough for this person? Kind of thing, you know? Am I good enough? You know, like those kinds of thoughts, and like, I think there's a lot of wonderful qualities about you, Siege, that maybe you don't see. That maybe this person sees and the other people in your life see. So if things don't turn out exactly how you wish with this person, please don't feel like it's because of you and who you are as a person. Please don't feel like that. And I know that that might be a little hard, but you deserve love and the kind of relationships that you desire in life. You absolutely deserve that, and I believe your person's out there. You know? And again, I'm not saying it's not this person, but like, it's not because of you. I think there's a lot of wonderful things about you. I think something you might be facing with this connection with this person is like, like I said, I feel like a lot of like any issues that come up with them is like about them and their life, and it's not you. So don't take it personally. I think that's another thing they were saying with this Nine of Swords. Just don't take it too personal, you know, try to have a clear mind, clear head, especially if you decide to approach this person. You know, and again, like, you have free will, like, I don't want this reading to, like, scare you or make you feel hopeless or anything, but I'm also being honest with what I see. But I think, again, going back to the Page of Coins, like, you'll only know once you do something about it, you know? I think maybe we can pull some cards from this hidden oracle. We can pull some cards about maybe what this person is thinking about you, about this situation, maybe. If you'd like. Yeah, we're gonna try these out. These are very new, so again, take it how it resonates. If anything comes out that you don't feel super connected with this person, like, that's okay. Again, literally anything about the readings, like, for all of the readings, like, if anything just doesn't feel right to you, then you don't have to accept it. But yeah, we can end the reading with, like, pulling maybe one or two of these to see. Although, I don't know. Actually, yeah, no, I'm just gonna walk in. Let's see. Spirit, can you share anything with us about how, actually, I do want the shirt. How is this person feeling about their connection with Siege? Can you share anything? These are very satisfying to shuffle. Oh my gosh. These are very nice to shuffle. Okay, what do we need to know about what they're feeling, thinking? Aww. Okay, another card, please. Oh, that one flew. Wait, what is it? Scared. So we have, I look for you everywhere. We both know I am not the one for you. I think with this one, I think they care a lot about you. Regardless of, like, you know, how this turns out. I guess in a romantic sense, I think this person cares. I think they care a lot. We both know I am not the one for you. So again, I don't want you to take this as complete rejection. I think this is more so like maybe they also, again, actually that makes sense with what I was saying. Like, I feel like they might not feel ready for a relationship. They might not feel like worthy, or they just might not feel ready for that. That might be kind of a struggle you kind of face with this. And maybe they also, like, you know, you mentioned you have self-esteem issues. Maybe they also kind of like are feeling like, I don't know if I'm good enough kind of vibe. Yeah, those are their thoughts. I know this one, this one might seem a little like, I hope that doesn't make you too sad, but that could be what they're thinking, and just especially what I was saying, I think there's just heaviness here with what they're dealing with, so don't take it personally. But they do care. And yeah, like I said, remember, this is just cardboard, this is just tarot, and like, You know, you please do what you feel is right with this, okay, Siege? You feel like you want to have a conversation with them or whatever. Like, I still think it's worth that, you know, especially because I'm only really getting a very, very small glimpse into this connection, right? So, yeah. I think that's what I got for you, Siege. I hope this resonated. I also know it's hard when I get readings like this where it's like, it's not like always like super 100% like positive and like this or that, or maybe exactly what you were hoping for, but I did my best to be honest with it. And I hope it helped you, you know? Maybe gave you some clarity or encouragement, you know? Yeah, I really hope this helped. I do. And I know it kind of sucks when I have to sometimes deliver messages that might not be like exactly what we want to hear, but I think it was important. And I hope it resonated for you, I do. Yeah. Thank you again for supporting me, it means a lot. I'm wishing you the best luck with this, Siege. I know that these things are complicated, and that is another thing about it, is it's like, relationships are not black and white, you know? So yeah, you can rewatch that anytime on my YouTube VOD channel today, since that's where I'll be posting this. Good luck with YouTube, thank you! And yeah, I'm wishing the best for you. I know it's tough, but I believe in you. I believe in you, Siege. I'm sending you the good vibes. But yeah, guys, we are gonna move over to the YouTube now to do a YouTube stream. It might be like a couple minutes before I actually hit the live button, but it'll be pretty soon after. So yeah, I wanted to try something different today and do a YouTube live stream as well, since it's pretty chill there. So if you didn't get a reading during the Twitch side, you guys can go to the chat there and ask your questions. I'll just be picking people. It's the similar thing. Just ask your questions in the chat. I'll be picking people randomly. There's also an option to donate there as well, if you want a donation reading there. But yeah, we're gonna go chill on the YouTube now. I don't know. Do we want to raid someone? I'm not sure. Hold on. Let me see. I might just end stream. But yeah, head over to my YouTube. There should actually, maybe I can pull that up, actually. I do have a waiting thing. That's not the right words. Hold on. A place you can wait where I'm directly gonna go live there in a few minutes. Give me a second, it's loading. Hold on. Sorry, hold on. It's taking a million years. Okay. So you guys can go wait there. It's like a scheduled. That's what it is. It's a scheduled stream. I'll go live there soon. Okay. And yeah. We'll just be continuing doing free readings, Freebies, and donation readings. Very similar, except really all you gotta do is just ask questions in the chat and I'll just be picking people. It's a chill time if you haven't been there yet. Like, that's why I wanted to go live there as well today, because like, it's just a very chill vibe, okay? Let me grab my iPad. Oh yes, we should raid Remy. You're right, Bloody Cobalt, we're raiding Remy, because Remy, is doing a donathon right now. Remy's kind of in like an emergency move situation. And Remy's one of my bestest friends, so it'd mean a lot if you guys could go check out Remy. Support her how you can. Give her a follow. Yeah, we can raid Remy. Let me get that ready. Okay, I will see you guys on the YouTube side. We're gonna raid Remy, but feel free to go over to my YouTube and get a reading there if you haven't already. So yeah, I will see you guys on the YouTube. Oh yes, thank you, Tap. Thank you. Copy the first one if you're subscribed. Copy the second one if you're just a follower for the raid message. And yeah, I will see you guys in a few minutes on the YouTube. It might take a minute for me to set it up. But shouldn't be too long. Shouldn't be too long. And we'll get back to readings there. So yeah, I'll see you guys there. Bye-bye.